Hello. Let's try. Welcome. First of all, my name is Stephanie. I'm a health and wellness coach, and I am a passionate about culinary arts. I actually went to cooking school and I graduated as a pastry chef. But I also love cooking, and I've been little by little getting back into it. And something I used to do a lot is that I used to watch Food Network like all day long. Like I will do whatever I was doing, I will always have Food Network in the background. And that really helped me to learn a lot about pastry, especially pastry. I remember when I went to cooking school, I literally knew like 70 or 75% of the stuff they were teaching, and I learned all of that by just watching Food Network for years, 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 years. I will say I do miss that they don't do so much cooking shows like they used to. Now it's all competition, 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 which I still like because you still learn a lot about foods because it's competition. They're gonna put weird food out there and you're gonna learn about weird food that it's out there. But I do miss the normal cooking shows. Anyway, I've been getting back into it and I don't know, I'm going to try to do like live reaction. So I just last night started watching Tournament of Champions. Um, I finished 24 and 24 and it was insane. Hello, hello, how you doing? I finished 24 and 24 and it was insane, but I will say that the third season, I liked the challenges that they did, but I noticed that the chef cooks less. And I wanted to see cooking. I wanted to see real competition. And I feel like some people that made it to the top, they didn't made it to the top because they are really good at cooking. They just got lucky with all the advantages and all that stuff. And like a show like that, I feel like you need to show your cooking skills, you know? I don't know. And I noticed that there was too many breaks. Um, and like by example, the winner of a challenge would choose somebody that he want to go in for the rest area and leave the others competing. So obviously he chose the weakest competitor, and now one of the weakest competitor was safe and made it to the top. You know what I mean? So I get the strategy, but I didn't like there was too much rest and all that stuff. So yeah, we're gonna do some live. Like I said, I finished that show yesterday. So today last night I started um Tournament of Champions, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to feel about it, but I kind of like it. I honestly like it, and I like that all the female kick ass and they're in the top. So, good morning. Let's go check. I'm cooking some rice. I had some leftover from yesterday, but I had the corned beef leftover, so I want to eat the corned beef for lunch. So what I'm doing is I'm cooking rice, but I cook a lot, so that way we can also use the rice for nighttime when I cook for the dinner. I will say from this show that I'm watching right now, Tournament of Champions, I will say they did too much of the competition, too many chefs in one episode, and I would have liked to see more cooking. It was more talking, more screaming, more ha ha ha, and not too much cooking and showing the cooking process. That was the only thing. Like they're showing three different competitions in 1 hour. So obviously they're not gonna show much of the cooking. But you had to do the introduction, the outro. See, lots of the chefs walking in takes time. The screaming, like, I wanna see cooking. The competition started with 10 men and 6 females, and female kick ass, and now it's the last four left. It's all females. So yesterday I was looking because I noticed that there's a lot of nominations when it comes to culinary art. One of the nominations I knew the Jane Beers Award. I still don't know much, but I know it's an award that the chef gets, and it means a lot. But then I noticed there was also like Michelin star, and I thought that the Michelin star was gifted to the chef, but I decided last night I look more information about it, and I was impressed on how the Michelin star started. Uh, it was this tire company that now does this high end culinary art award or a star. Like how did this tire company ended in the food industry was crazy. So yeah, it was interesting learning about Michelin star. I found this video yesterday about this restaurant that it's three Michelin stars, and I was like, wow. Good morning, hello. Seven restaurants. Damn. She was the youngest chef on the James Beer House. I need to search what that is because do they have a school or what? I've been wanting to learn about plating. So one fascinating thing I've been like really one of the things that I've been really fascinated about watching all these cooking shows is their plating skills. I want to learn plating. So I am watching Tournament of Champions season 1 episode 5. Top Chef. I guess that's the next show we need to watch. Top show. Top Chef. The randomizer was such a good idea. I would love to do something like that. Like maybe I can do like a quiz and choose four stuff, like four protein, four whatever, and allow you guys to like vote, and then I will show the end results, and I'm gonna try to cook or learn to cook something with that. Like squab. What is squab? Smooth and crunchy. I know nothing about texture. I fall asleep watching movies. I'm watching a competition, a cooking show competition. I've been getting back into my passion for cooking and getting back into like watching cooking shows. Eventually we're going to shift the live streams and my live streams. I already have an idea what I want to do for my live streams. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Julie and Julia. Julie and Julia, it's actually based on a real story. Like Julia, it's based from Julia Child. She is one of the top chefs of the world. Well, she already passed away, but she was like the oldest female to start the culinary career, and she was basically self-taught. And she ended up writing a book after. It's an amazing story. Um, and yeah, after like she was older for starting that career, and she ended up having a cookbook like that. Her cookbooks are expensive if you want to get her cookbook, like the one that made her it. She also started cooking shows, which are hilarious to watch, like how cooking shows used to be before and now. Or French toast, like um, yeah. So the movie it's based on Julia Child's story, but also on Julie. Julie was um this corporate girly that was working on a job that obviously she wasn't happy. Um, but she loved cooking. She was a home cook and she was obsessed with Julia Child. So she decided to challenge herself and write a blog. By that time, blogs were not a thing. She decided to open a little blog and write, and she gave herself 365 days to cook Julia Child entire cookbook. And the movie is one of my favorite movies, and I'm thinking that I can do something like that, but instead of writing a blog I could do the live stream. Like I will live streaming myself learning how to cook shit. I think that would be epic. So I think I might watch the movie again tonight to get inspired. I went to Hobby Lobby this weekend and I purchased a lot of plates. Um, yeah, for cooking and for plating and all that stuff. So I don't know. I was in the entrepreneurship world and I was trying to share all these, but a part of me felt like, yes, I love entrepreneurship. I love writing inspirational quotes and inspiring women to like stop playing small and go big. But even that I love those things, something just like keep pushing me back and keep pushing me back. And I think it's because the thing that I love the most is cooking. That's where I started. Like I remember I used to say always like I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to have my own restaurant. And I don't know what happened along the way. I did end up eventually going to college and I went from criminal justice because that's another thing that I really liked. But it's not the same you loving to watch a show and you becoming it. Even though I always love being a detective, homicide detective, that would be cool. But eventually I got married, I got pregnant, and it was gonna be hard to follow what I needed to do, the requirements for me to be a cop, to eventually be a detective in Puerto Rico. So I quit and I went to cooking school, but I went for pastry. So I graduated as a pastry chef. I don't think I've been in big lots, but I've been obsessed with Hobby Lobby. Like I literally need to leave my wallet in the house, just go to the ATM, grab a cash, and say this is the maximum amount I'm allowed to spend, and leave everything else in the house. Why does people always try to annoy other humans with all these Jesus and God stuff? Stephanie, watch your cooking. Watch your cooking on the stove, huh? I didn't get it. James Beard Award. I need to Google. Yesterday, I researched what does Michelin star means, but today I need to search like James Beard Award. Like the judges, in this competition show, they always mention like James Beard Award winner, James Beard nominee. Um, Hello from Brazil. Hello. Christians people are so annoying with the God stuff. Get out. Like I put a reel and they just go with God love you, put God first, and I'm like, what does my content have to do with you making a comment like that? It doesn't make any sense. People are so stupid. Don't forget you have cooking on the stove and oh yeah, it's just rice. I have leftover from yesterday, but I cooked corned beef yesterday. So I still have some corned beef left, but I don't have the rice, so I'm just cooking the rice. But I did a lot of rice because that corned beef is gonna be for now, like lunch. But obviously at night time we're gonna be hungry again. So I made a lot of rice. Woo! So that way we can have leftover, and then at nighttime I just cook. Um, what am I gonna cook? I'm gonna make salchichas again. I've been on a budget for this week though, so I haven't been eating healthy, and all my progress is gonna go away. But that's another thing I need to start working with because if I want to do these cooking shows, I'm gonna be buying food, so I need to learn how to be more mindful with what I purchase, um, intentional. But also because I just started cooking again, I had to like restock my pantry with a lot of things I didn't have. So obviously I did spend a little bit more than what I would usually cook. And again, I got excited when crazy buying too many stuff. So now I'm like, I have a budget for every month. So I have 1 week with this amount of money left and it's not for much. So now for this week, I had to cook like really, really cheap food, aka non-healthy. Um, but I'm going back to like my true roots. Like, and now I'm realizing, um, every cheap ass unhealthy thing that I'm eating were the things that I was fed as a kid. Oh my gosh. Okay, how are you? What's up? How are you? I don't know what my kids are doing for summer break. Obviously, I cannot afford summer camps. They're expensive as fuck. And like we've been getting these bites. I don't even want to go outside because we got bites everywhere and it's been itchy. Like, and I remember when I moved to Florida 2 years ago, we were struggling with this, and I thought it was a complex building, a complex apartment complex problem. I thought they had a thick problem or something. I think it's thick. And I thought it was the apartment, complex because the problem is that people have so here in the US, people have freaking dogs. Like almost everybody has freaking dogs. And you're taking the dog to shit and pee outside. So it makes sense that the outsides are infested with fixed and shit like that. And I thought it was the apartment, and I really wanted I even considered complaining in the main office, like you need to do something in the outside to exterminate the outside because they were getting inside the car and everything. And those fucking shit itches like hell, and it leaves scars. Like, cause you're scratching so much, you're gonna have boo-boos, and it's gonna leave you scars. And my toddler, she has a bunch of things, and I am surprised she had been screaming and crying by the each of it. Um, But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do because I was doing hiking every single day, and I don't know if that those bites are from the hikes or are just like everywhere, like a common. I know I don't let my kids play outside in the complex building. But how do you call it? Building complex. Let's turn this. Oh, instead of turning it low, I put it high. Surprise, surprise, never fails. Complex building, a complex. I forgot how to call it. Anyway, the apartment that I lived at. I don't let them play outside because everybody takes the dog to shit and pee. So I think that's something we need to take in consideration when we paying for places. In my case, since I don't have pets and I don't want to be bitten by ticks anymore, I think one thing I will need to consider next time is finding places that are not pet friendly, so that way my kids can go play outside. But how I'm gonna have my kids playing outside when there's dog shit and pee? And yes, yes, people pick up the shit sometimes, but it's still full of pee. Like every time I go and walk in, all you can smell is dog pee. I hate it. Are you beautiful? Whatever you are, good lady. Um, Besides mosquitoes, Florida's warm, humid weather creates a breeding ground for several either pests that cause intense itching. It's been insane. Last year, I didn't struggle with it because last year I was going through a rough, I was going through a rough part, and I literally spent my summer in blocking the apartment. So I didn't like put two and two together. But now that this summer we've been going out and we've been hiking and I'm going outside in the balcony, I know there's mosquitoes, but those bites are not mosquitoes. Those bites are not mosquitoes because I live in Puerto Rico. I know what a fucking mosquito bite is and what it's been itching us. It's been getting like big, ah, like big. Uh, I don't know. I do have one over here, but it's very small because I'm trying to not touch it. But it's you can see the bite really big. It left a lot of bubbles to my toddler. She had a lot. And it's all over like our bodies, and it's really itchy. Like the same bite will be itching for over weeks. Like my daughter right now, she's going crazy with all the bites. So it's not mosquitoes. Nosy beating midges. Wow, people are mean sometimes. Fire ants. No, it's not fire ants. It ruined my day. I'm sorry to hear that. How I overcame challenges. Making this, I think you had to have awareness and be honest with yourself. Ask yourself questions. I think that's the number one thing that we need to be able to do if we want to solve something. Um, Sometimes the truth is hard and we don't want to admit the truth. Sometimes don't want to take accountability and we want to blame other people. And we need to not blame the other person but ourselves, because you don't have control of what other people do, but you have control of how you react towards something other person did. You are in control of what you allowed to happen into your life. So you need to be honest with yourself and say, okay, I'm taking full accountability of this. I decided to trust this person. I decided to move on another country for this person. I decided to forgive this person. And not do it in a way that you're gonna blame yourself and be mean to yourself, but for you to be able to set yourself free from that situation and move on. And again, ask yourself questions and be honest with yourself. Sometimes we are afraid to admit something to our own selves. Like we know the truth, and that is something between ourselves. Nobody else has to know. And make the choice to make a change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So, what? what got you into this situation that you are right now? You are not happy. Um, why do you feel this way? What, how do you got here? How can I change this? How can I make it different? How I can be more responsible with my choices from now on? I'm sorry to hear that, but something better. There's something better for you out there. You okay? I haven't used anything because I don't even know what causes it. I know that my daughter, when we moved to Florida, was getting skin infection. We never had to deal with that shit. And she has some skin infection cream that they gave her. I remember I was starting to worry she had any skin condition or anything like that, but like we never had to deal with that until we moved to Florida. She spent 7, 8 years of her life with nothing, and suddenly here we are, and she has that. And there, when I took it to the doctor, they say, "Oh, that's a skin infection." So they gave me a cream for that. So I used that for my toddler, and it did dry out the bites. Um, it doesn't look pretty, but at least, I mean, she's 3 years old, 3 year old, so it might be a little bit frustrating for her itching and all that stuff. So she haven't complained, she haven't cried or anything. And it did dry out. So, but I don't know exactly what it is. I think our fix. That's why we haven't done hiking. And if we do, I need to be more mindful of where I go. Um, But yeah, like, what am I gonna do during summer? We're gonna get bitten by mosquitoes, getting fixed. 'Cause it's a season. It's the season where all these insects are out and about, and I'm scratching all day. I feel like a dirty, like I feel like a dog with ticks, cause it's itching. Hello, India. I don't know. Maybe I should go into a pharmacist and ask. Is the chamber also known as the red? You have calamine lotion? No, I don't. I should try that. And the thing is, it leaves scars. Like I have scars from 2 years ago from the freaking itching. Ooh, aloe vera. No, I don't. I was looking at my toddler. Hi, William. I have no idea where is Glasgow. I notice it's mostly inside the clothes. Like you don't see that many bites like in areas that you see. For my toddler, they got all in the area over here, and I think it's because her diaper, like they went up her legs and they stopped where her diaper was because all of her bites were all over this side mostly, and in this part of here. For me, I do have them like around here as well, so I'm noticing they are mostly inside the clothes. But again, I don't see what the fuck is biting us. I know that we went to a hike and there was a lot of the red circle of bugs. I think those are, how do you call that shit? I forgot. Anyways, but it's been like almost week and a half, and we are itching, and we can see in more and more bites and more bites. And that's when I got remember when I moved here 2 years ago. There was this problem even in the apartment building, and I wasn't hiking or anything like that. So I don't think the problem is the hike. Scotland. Oh, Scotland. Now I know. Yeah, I'm in the United States, so I didn't know like where was Glasgow. Okay, let's continue seeing this. I see these judges, these well now they're competitors, but I see them now the way they are like their bodies and their personalities, and it's such a difference from the image that I have of them, because usually when I see them as judges, you see them well dressed and you see them like being serious and strict and judging food. But when you see them as the competitors, they're like sitting like this and getting in the couch, and I'm like, that's a new way to see these people that you saw as super professionals. Um, mm, apply ice pack for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, interesting. Packs applying and interesting. Thank you for sharing that, James. Brooke is killing it. I love a good underdog story. Dime. What do you want? What is this? What do you want to see bus lights? Lion, want to see lions? Lion, where? Yeah. Oh, you want to see them? The lion. Ugh. Oh, I do have honey. That one I do have. I like your new. Thank you. It was time for a change. I was about to go pink. I was about to go crazy. I used to be super crazy with my hair, but we went with copper, autumn, red. I was looking at these shows and I'm noticing that all these chefs that have their aprons, they have a lot of them have like truly personalized a chef codes, and I wonder how would a chef code for me look like eventually for my cooking shows. Like, look how pretty it is. Look at that. That you can see like it's personal. You still wearing a chef coat, which it's what telling you are a chef, it's your uniform. But she is, oh my gosh, she has stunning chef coats. The previous bottle she did, she had this beautiful orange one. She had another beautiful green one. Manit Chauhan. I'm doing good. I don't talk religion or politics in here, sweetie. Amanda Fraser. I think she's going to the finals. Oh no, but that means she's gonna kick the one I like. It is that season. I cannot even go to my balcony because it's going crazy. Mosquitoes. I tried to read yesterday for like 10 minutes, and I had to. I was crazy. Finally, wanted to finish my chapter because I needed get inside because mosquitoes was driving me nuts. Okay, they have to cook for protein. Goat, lotus root, spiralizer, dried, rub, and glazed in 45 minutes. I never cook goat. I don't think I have tasted goat, so that will be a good episode. I thought about learning how to fillet the fish, but I'm worried about doing an episode about that because obviously there's the bones and I have kids and it does worry me that because I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna leave bones and if my kids eat it, it could die, they could die. You have to be really careful with bones because when they go down here, it's not that you get a cut, it's that when it's going down, it's gonna cut all the way down and there's no way you can be saved from that. Um, so I always been very worried about fish bones. So I was thinking if I do an episode where I'm learning to like fillet the fish and all that stuff, I will still buy already prepared fish so that way I use those for my kids and have you been a lighthouse? Are you watching soccer? No, I'm watching Tournament of Champions. I'm watching cooking shows and I'm reacting live with you guys. I've been getting back into like cooking and all that stuff and watching cooking shows, getting back into my passion for food. And I want to start doing live cooking shows where I'm just learning live with you guys. Like I want to be self-taught chef, and maybe I can share those experiences live with you. Like a Julia style, like a Julia and Julia movie style where she challenged herself. She grabbed Julia. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. Anyway, she chose a very famous chef that she really loved and admired. She grabbed her book, which is big and complex, has tons of recipes, 500 something recipes. And she gave herself a year, 365 days, to learn how to cook and to learn everything from that. Because that book it's based on home cooked French cuisine. I think it was the theme of the book, like French cuisine, but learning how to cook at home for American women. Um, and maybe I could do something like that, like experiment and learn, but do it live with you guys. Do you have some cooking magazine? Oh, I have a few. I had to get rid of a lot of them when I moved here. I used to have Food Network magazine subscriptions, Cooking Light subscriptions. Um, but I do have a lot of cookbooks and all that stuff. And right now, I want to go to two bookstores that are nearby And I want to look because the first thing I want to get started into learning it's sauces and spices because that's flavor. Like that's the first thing I want to learn, putting flavor into my food, especially because I do cook a lot of healthy foods. So I want to learn about sauces because when I look at this show, something that gets judged a lot is that it's dry. I wish it had a sauce. Or sometimes they put a sauce, but they were like, the amount of meat is too big and the amount of sauce is it's so small. And look, I ate half of the meat and I'm out of sauce and I don't have anything else to eat the meat. And obviously flavoring, seasoning. Like yesterday I saw a video and I was shocked. I was shocked because five chefs were asked how much salt do you add to your pasta water. And when I saw how much salt they adding to the pasta water, I was like, so basically I don't salt my water at all. Basically I don't salt my water. I was shocked. And another thing I see a lot is it's under season, it's under season, it's under season. So I think my first challenge will be sauces. So I'm gonna look for cookbooks that it's teaching me about sauces. So I think I'm gonna go to Barcelona and there's another bookstore nearby, and I want to find a book about or flavor. Julia Roberts, Julia Child. That's the name of the chef, Julia Child. I measure the ingredients when it's baking. You have to measure when it's baking. Baking it's science. That's why a lot of chefs hate baking. If you miss size something, misportion something, it will ruin your recipe. But when it's regular cooking, it's not going to ruin your recipe. It's going to ruin the flavor. You know, you under season, so obviously the flavor is not going to be there. You over season, like the recipe is not ruined, the flavor it's ruined. So for cooking, not necessarily using measurements. Obviously, if you're learning and following a recipe, then you need to. But for baking, 100% measured. Do you like Mexican flavors? Not much, honestly. Have you made brisket? No. The other day, I cooked for the first time ever halibut. I was always either salmon or tuna kind of girl. And I tried halibut and I was amazed how, oh my gosh, that fish was so good. But obviously, she was expensive, so I cannot buy a halibut all the time. Two fillets of halibut, like it was $30. But that would be interesting, you know, made an episode learning how to cook a brisket, a filet mignon, um, goat, duck. Like I never ever cook any of those proteins. The Hey Mom duties here. Pasta raw at home. I tried homemade pasta, but it was a fail, and that was like years ago. So yeah, that would be interesting also. Homemade pasta. I'm getting excited. Oh yeah. Ever since I started getting back into like cooking recipes and like I started like ever since I got this passion for cooking back, my food obviously has changed. And my kids are all the time like, oh my gosh, this is 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Can I tell you something? Maybe. Depends on what it is. Yeah. Yeah, that I know because obviously I saw a lot of cooking shows, but I also went to cooking school. The toothpick has to be dried, otherwise it's not cooked yet. Oh my gosh, you made some burger. It looks so good. Ooh! Homemade burger. That could be a cheap meal that I can do this week. Homemade burger with homemade French fries. That might be an affordable option. Oh, I love her chef coat. I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby. I saw an apron and I did not got it, and now I'm thinking I want that apron. Especially if I'm gonna be doing my cooking shows, I need to have an apron. I have my chef coat, but it's white and it's all stained. But it would be nice to start with something. But it's in the storage. It's gonna be a pain in the gut taking my chef coat out. It's way too greasy. Then that won't be good for my healthy lifestyle. But it's an experience, and it's something new that I can try and taste. However, because I never ate it from a person or a restaurant that knows how it should be, I would not know how it should be. Woo, if I do it myself. I was looking where I can find edible flowers because I know that Whole Foods have some, but they're like the same ones, and I want more variety and vibrance of colors on the flowers. So I have to check Publix. I haven't checked Publix if they had edible flowers. But where else can I find them? You make very interesting videos. Thank you. Hi there. Have you made some? I think I have done Chinese fried rice, but those meals that I used to like, I used to do a lot of crazy foods, but that was like 20 years ago when I was when I was 19. When I was living alone, I started to live by myself when I was 18 or 19. And that was when I was in my highest passion for cooking. And I would make risotto and Chinese food and Mexican dishes. But then I got married, I had kids, and life got complicated, crazy, busy, and more dishes to clean, more pots got dirty, and I stopped cooking crazy, amazing meals, new things because of the amount of work that it took, the time that it takes, the cleaning that it takes. So I stopped all of that, and then I became in the fitness industry. So I started to eat healthy, and then I became vegan for 8 years. Obviously, a lot of the things I couldn't use. Um, and I don't know. I've been in this journey. I have a series called The Year Before 40 that I started here on YouTube. By the way, I just realized I need to edit a video and load it. Anyways, I started this new series where I'm like literally I did one that it was like becoming her, but then I shifted because then I realized, wait a minute, I just turned 39. It's my last year in my 30s. What am I doing with my life? And since I was already in this journey of like becoming her again, like coming back to myself, I've been seeing like and trying to implement things back that used to bring me. I love things I love that I was passionate about, and I've been little by little finding things that I forgot that I liked, that I loved, that I enjoyed. And I've been figuring out how to implement them back. And one of those things was cooking. I forgot how much I love cooking. What is the most people you cook for? Well, at some point, I was a big family of six. I have four kids. And then I was with a person. So, but I could say like 20 something people because when I used to do my kid's birthday, I needed to save money, and the best way was to cook the meals myself instead of buying food. And I remember I used to receive a lot of compliments, and there was a time where there was big family parties. They would give me the dessert because obviously I'm a baker. I did graduate in cooking school as a pastry chef. Um, so there was a point in the family parties where I was always in charge of the dessert. What The most unrealistic moment of your life. I don't know. You cook for 20? Yeah. I have two sisters. Their partners. My grandparents. My other grandma. My aunt with her two sons. My cousin and her two sons. My great grandma aunt with my other cousin. My other aunt with two cousins and her boyfriend. Yeah, that's more than 20. Plus my best friends. Yeah, for my kids' parties, I used to cook the food myself. For Thanksgiving dinner, I got by accident once the turkey because by that time I was married. So the company that my ex-husband used to work with, they would give them a turkey. So I had the free turkey. So for Thanksgiving, I say, "Hey, I have the turkey," and instead of me giving the turkey to somebody to cook it, they were like, "Ah, you're gonna cook it." And I was like, "Shit." But it turned out so good that for a few years after that, um, they gave me the turkey because again, I was the one getting the free turkey, and B, I already cooked it and was good cooking turkey. But I hate doing it. It's too big, too messy. I hate it. I mean, I did the turkey also the last 2 years, and I'm thinking maybe I don't want to be a party pooper and ruin tradition, but I don't want to keep doing turkeys on myself. How are you? I'm good. Who is your longest friend? Since university, since I was 19 and I'm 39. So 20 years? 20 years. Uh, the most embarrassing moment at the gathering? I don't think I have any. I fell down the stair once, but nobody saw me. I don't know. I don't think I have anything like that. I fell down in front of my girlfriends, but we were drunk having fun, so it was not embarrassing. I guess the most embarrassing thing for me was not exactly a family gathering. It was that I had this boyfriend when I was in my first year of the university, and he was a very possessive boyfriend. And I remember how he would not let me get into the classroom. I remember once he grabbed my backpack and I just said, "I'm going to my class because I'm gonna fail." And I just left to the classroom without my backpack because he thought that I wasn't gonna enter. And when I entered, he stood in the door like this, looking at me, and the teacher and the students were like, "What the fuck?" And as soon as I got out, we would argue a lot. And that's embarrassing of my part that I answered back to the fight, to the arguing and the yelling. But it was very frustrating because I was scared of him. I did not knew how to get rid of him because he was also like blackmailing me. Um, and I remember like one of my friends had to do an intervention, and when I told her, because she knew something was wrong, because she saw what was going on, and I got away from my friends and everything. Anyway, long story short, I finally got help and got rid of him. He got banned to be in college at the same hours that I was and all that stuff. But I remember years later, I was in the time she was my best friend. I still have communication with her in social media, but we're not like talking and best friends anymore. But I remember years later we were talking and she met this person and they were talking about the university. Oh yeah, and then she mentioned like who her best friend was. And when she said like I was her best friend, the person reacted like, "Oh, I remember that girl. I know who she was. I remember her because I will see her having really bad fights with her boyfriend in the hallways." So for me, that was embarrassing because that's the image or the memory that people had of me when I was in university. That for me was something very traumatic and scary, but for other people, it was like, "What the fuck, that girl fighting with the boyfriend." Where is your coffee? I already drank it. I only have if I have coffee, I only have it early in the mornings and it's decaf. No, I am very fortunate to say that our family events are not full of drama. I think this is why my last relationship was so bad for me because I have really good relationship with my family. All of us have really good relationships with each other, and we never been in any like crazy drama or any shit like that. We always like having fun. Every time we have a family gather, we just, talking about job and our clients and life, our lives, what things we've done, what we had done, what we got, what we watch. I saw this show, blah blah blah. We laugh, we play games. My dad is like always the one in charge of the games in the family gatherings. And yeah, there's never been drama. You made a remarking angry girl in your college in everybody heart. It was frustrating. He would do these things in front of me. I remember we were in a bakery and suddenly he got mad at me for I don't remember stupid ass shit and he just like and he punched the table and he punched my glasses and the glasses flew away in gazillion little pieces and everybody was looking and like I was so ashamed and afraid. I was always in fight or flight. It was horrible. It was horrible. And it's horrible that that's the memory people had of me when I was in college. Like I spent 4 years in college, 4 years and a half. And that was the first, that happened in my first year of college. Like so many good memories of all of the other parts of the years that I spent there, but that's the one that people remember. So did someone try to control the way you dress? Oh yeah, the cycle. I listen. I remember I put this beautiful yellow pink skirt for he this person was behind me for months. He was behind me for like he tried to date me for 8 or 9 months. I always was like no, no, no. I was not interested. But he was persistent and he started to be very detailed. And I will say it was one at the beginning it was one of the best relationships I had and I will say why and then it's amazing how it turned out so bad but he used to be very like detailed and I remember I was going way back home and I was getting in my car and he left this note and he was like you look so pretty with that skirt today blah blah blah. Months later we are dating and it was his birthday and I put the same skirt that he complimented me on because he said I look beautiful in the skirt whatever. And I think I was like 5 minutes or 10 minutes late. And he was walking. He got out of his house and he started walking around like a crazy person. And then I'm going to his home and I see him walking and I turn the window down and I was like, hey, what's up? And he was like, and then, oh, give me a second. And then he said, you look like a whore. You look like a whore. With the same skirt that I had that he complimented me. And I remember I had a little sister at the time, and he like won her. He like tried to be super nice to her and all that stuff. And he was like, "Hi, how you doing?" But then he will ask her questions. I remember I went on vacations with my family to New York. Um, and he will like put her on the phone to like say hi, but in reality he wanted to like ask her like what was I wearing, how short it was, like um if I were wearing like little strips like this that would be a fight. Like it became really 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 bad. I couldn't talk to my friends. I remember if I was walking in the university and I see my best friend, I had to pretend I didn't saw her. If he got out of class first, he will wait for me in front of my classroom. But if I got out of the classroom before him, I could not go with my friend and hang around, go to the cafeteria until, and then when he get out, he will make me know. I had to wait for him in front of his classroom, and I could not be with my friends or anything like that. Damn, where you from? Do you remember what I like? Mm, no, I don't. Dutch roots, right? Huh? Me? I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Latina. I guess it's a shame because this same person before he became like this, one of the things, and I think it's one of the best at that point at the beginning, best relationships I had is like spontaneity. I don't know how the word spontaneous. Like every day was so unexpected. He was not afraid of adventure. He was not afraid of getting in the car, exploring a new place. Sometimes it would be like a little too scary. Like I remember I was like, why we are getting in here? This is shady. This is scary. But we explore so many places. It used to be so fun. And I really, really, really love that. I really love that. And I don't think I have had that. I just realized wow, I haven't had that with somebody ever again. We will see an abandoned house and we will just park and jump the fence and go in. We see a real tiny road. I remember once we used to pass and there was this lighthouse that you would see, but there was no way, like, where could we get in? And I remember we parked, there was a golf nearby, and we parked and we just start walking and getting into these weird places trying to find the freaking lighthouse until we freaking finally found it. But when we were walking in the golf course, I remember we started to go rolling in the floor and all that shit. Big mistake because I don't know if it's because of the pesticide or what the fuck that grass had, but then we were itching so bad. And then we also went all the way to the end because I we knew the beach was right there. Holy shit. And we went when we made it to the end of the place, it turned out that we were so high. We didn't even realize how high we were from the sea level. And the view, oh my gosh, so breathtaking. We had beautiful, beautiful pictures, but of course it then turned out so bad that I everything that was about him, I just tossed it in the trash. And it's a shame that such beautiful memories became so bad. Nowadays, many men care about women than they were in the past. He ended years later. I could understand, but at the same time, it doesn't justify because, as I mentioned earlier, you don't have control what other people do, but you do have control on how you react. And his parents were very difficult parents. His parents were these. Pentecostal, super, super, super religious parents. He had an older sister who was also super, super, super religious, and he was like the rebel one of the family. So they gave him a lot of bad time, and the fact that he was dating somebody that was not a Christian made it worse. And the things we used to do, his parents would not approve, and his parents did not help the situation. But at the same time, again, that doesn't justify the way he treated me. It doesn't matter how frustrated or how bad your situation is at home. I was not the one doing this to you. You should have never taken it on me. But I do remember that years later, I got an email, and it was from him where he was asking for forgiveness of everything he did to me, because he did admit it in the email that, he was in the wrong. Everything he did was bad. And it's been years. He left the house and he moved to the United States, and he went to work as a Coast Guard, I think it was. He went to work. Um, and he wanted to like ask for forgiveness. I know by that time I was already in a relationship with my ex-husband, the boy's dad, and I was still like, I was a very different person that I am right now, and I ignored it, and did not accept the apology. But one thing I did notice is he blamed his parents for what happened. And again, I kind of understand, but at the same time, it's not justified.
Mother shirt smells so good.
I know. I was saying the same thing about the thrift store. I like the smell of all the clothes. All of the clothes that I purchased in that thrift store smell like that.
Smells so good.
I went thrifting this weekend. Now I understand the hype about thrifting. But when I go to Goodwill, the clothes, everything smells so. But I went to this other place and it smells really good. It smells clean and everything. With your hair, with all due respect. Huh? What happened with my hair? Are you sure? Oh my gosh, are you the ponytail dude? Helping you have a relaxed Monday. I was, but then it got ruined, but it's okay. You're recounting your life decisions. Mm, I mean, it was still a toxic relationship. It's not that it's good now. A toxic relationship is a toxic relationship. I was scared of him. My best friend had to intervene. I remember she went by surprise to my house just when I was leaving to see him. And I was like, "Why are you doing here?" She's like, "Well, you don't answer your calls, you don't answer texts, you don't come home anymore. Like I used to see my best friend every day, and now not even that." I remember when I say no to him to go out with my friends, he will be spamming my phone, and if I didn't answer my phone, he will call my cousin and my other cousin, my friends, like he will spamming their phones. By that time we used to have phones in the house. That's how young I am. And if I didn't pick up my phone, even if it was midnight or 1 a.m., like I had my parents in my house, he will call to my house. And he knew I was so scared of him calling to the house and waking up my parents that he knew that eventually I will pick up my phone. So it's not that it was a good thing. It's just that I am remembering one good thing we did had, and I was never able to have that week ever again in my life. When it comes to immature things, I remember I used to like this guy, and he used to work in a video movie rental, and I used to call and be like, "Oh, I just called by accident to this number." Like, how stupid that was. That is so embarrassing. I did that shit. That is so embarrassing. I did that shit. Anyway, like, yeah, sure. Um, and the fact that I keep texting and calling when somebody was not texting and answering back, I would justify in my mind every bad thing that they would do to me because I like the person. She peed?
Yeah, but it's okay. She, she forgot. detail.
It's okay.
I was like, is that water?
Well, um,
What is that?
I'll be back. I'm gonna mom duties. Give me a minute. Sorry, guys. Mom duties. All right. Something I've been debating a lot. I feel like one of the things that I'm coming back into my, now that my life is changing and I see all these people who have these careers that they're so passionate about and doing what they love, and I don't have that. I wish I had something else. I feel like I love health and wellness. I love health and wellness coaching. I love neuroscience, which is what I'm studying now and what I'm going to do. But I don't feel, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like it's going to take me out. This is something I do from home. I work from home and it has its advantages. And this is what I wanted because I'm a mom. I wanted to be in control of my schedule. I wanted to be in control of my time, my what I do, what I don't do. And I wanted to be able to stay at home and take care of my children. But at the same time, I'm not doing anything. I'm not being out there. I'm not socializing. I'm not interacting with other people. And I'm finding it now that I now go to church every Sunday. And I found it hard to interact with people that I only see once a week. It's, I have my best friends, but we only communicate through group chats and video cam because we are one is in Virginia, the other one's in New York. I'm in Florida, two are in Puerto Rico. One of the two in Puerto Rico is married. So she has her own life and like it's not physical interactions. We're not having physical interaction with other humans. I'm not going out there. And the few times I've been embedded to something, I either self sabotage myself or I really haven't been able to do it, if it makes any sense. Like I was asked for a Zumba class on Monday, but I have visitors. I have the elders and missionaries that visit me every Monday, so I couldn't do that. Um, there was this birthday that my daughter was asked for, but I couldn't go because it wasn't a weekday and I had to pick up my son from school that hour that was. It was only a 2 hour, so it was not gonna be able for me to go. I was invited to karaoke night, and the fact that they might want me to sing karaoke just made me be like, "Yeah, I'm not going." And I said I forgot. I didn't run away this time, right? Huh? Did you do any charity? I was thinking to. I was looking for since I've been passionate about gardening. And I want to learn gardening because eventually I would like to buy a house and I want to have a garden. So I was looking for farms where you can volunteer. And I found this farm where they accept volunteers every Thursday at night. And the good thing about that place is like they accept kids from 3 age and up. And my daughter, my toddler is 3 and I have a 9-year-old. So I found that and I'm thinking like going to that one and start somewhere. Like that is a good start. I'm gonna be learning something that I'm been wanting to learn about. And it's gonna force me to interact with other people and go and meet people and do things. Have you give food to homeless? No. My sister used to do that a lot. My sister used to do that a lot. But I'm thinking like career wise, like I want to do something that obviously I'm gonna be able to support my family because right now my income it's really bad and I want a career that fulfills me, that makes me, I don't know. I guess did you get what I'm saying? Anyways, who is this idiot talking about Eddie a gajillion times in in my comments? A month ago? Probably like a month ago. I also had this vision and I haven't done it. So I think I need to put that back into motion where I wanted to have CEO hours where I go out and work somewhere. At the beginning, it was being hard for me to go and work on a coffee shop or in a library because my toddler, when I moved to Florida, by the way, this week, I turned 2 years here in Florida. It's 2 weeks since I moved. Um, yeah, we moved in the first week of June. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the moving here really traumatized my toddler and she would not leave my side. But now she's getting used to her siblings and now she like right now I go to the gym in my complex building. So I tell her like you're gonna stay here with your oldest brother. I'll be back in a little bit. And she's like, okay. And now she stays. I have an older son, he's a teenager. And he can help me with my toddler. And I figure since I have a library like really nearby, I could go and I have everything nearby. What am I talking? Coffee shops, everything, everything's nearby. So what I was saying is that I wanted to have these focus hours because also it's hard to focus on what I'm doing when I have kids interrupting me. So I was thinking having like at least twice a week a 2 hour CEO hour where I will go either a coffee shop or a library or a bookstore where I can sit down with my computer and just focus on my work without interruption. Because that's also what I envisioned when I started this career. And I think it has been very dismotivating the fact that I cannot do my career like I envision it. Like I envision myself working on a hotel lobby, um, which I can literally still do that. I can go to a hotel and sit down in the lobby to work, even though I'm not staying in a hotel. Manifest that life. But I was envisioning me traveling with my kids and taking my work with me everywhere. Again, being in control of my schedule and everything. And like going to coffee shops. And I'm in a great place for that. I'm in Gainesville. Here we have the University of Gainesville. So here you will see people with laptops working and studying, especially studying. This is all students. Like this town is students and residents. Um, so I am in a great space to be working outside with my laptop, but because I have kids and I'm by myself, um, I could not afford to go. But now that my oldest, it's high schooler, teenager, I can delegate a little bit, and he can actually help me with my toddler. I started delegating the gym hour though. I will give that to myself. Like I'm gonna go to the gym, watch your sister, and it's all right. Um, but I need to delegate more when it comes to my career now. And I wanted to do like at least 2 days a week, have my CEO hour. I also thinking, now that I'm thinking, we do have a recreational area. So I could also take my laptop and work over there. I'm still gonna be in an AC little hobby with no interruptions. Hmm. Thanks for your respect. You're welcome. Yes, we live in a world blended family that it's like nowadays so normal. What are you talking about? I love again, I'm obsessed with health and wellness. I've been getting back into my fitness world. I've been getting back into when I started entrepreneurship, I wanted to be a health and wellness coach, online coach. That's how everything started. But I somehow I got distracted and got out of the road of the vision. I love fitness. I love health. I love food, as you know, and those are things that can go together. But somehow I end up not there. Like, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? I want to cry. Oh. So this weekend I went thrifting and I had to rearrange my entire wardrobe. I had to rearrange my closet, my drawers, because now I had more clothes and the space did not get any bigger. Um, I finally figured that out. Today I cleaned the fridge, redid my entire fridge. During the weekend, I also check my yearly. Something I also noticed is that I stopped taking care of myself. I stopped looking good. I stopped. I stopped everything. What the fuck happened to me? Anyway, we're getting back into it. That's why I also changed my hair color. I did my hair. And have my earrings. But I went to all my jewelry box and I took out what I don't use, what was ugly and old or broken, and I rearranged everything as well. So little by little, I've been getting my life back together, you guys. I love green. I love the pine green, like evergreen. But I saw a vlog and she had this beautiful olive green, like she colored the entire office. I'm not gonna do that because it's too dark. But I've been playing with the idea of adding some color to my living room. I used to have my house feeling so cute. I remember when I had my house in Puerto Rico. People will say that my house looked like a HGTV house, and I got all my inspo for that house from HGTV. But now everything, I'm ever since I'm renting, it's like my homes don't feel like home. And I've been thinking maybe I can add some color and make it more fun. But the green that I'm visioning might not go well because I already have the evergreen. I am terrible at sales. If I was good at sales, I would be making money. I would be thriving with my nutrition products. I sell health and wellness products. I sell protein shakes, energy drinks. I barely make any income for that. I don't have people going to my website and purchasing my products. I have a cookbook that I haven't sold. Uh, I was going to start a jewelry brand, but again, I'm pivoting. I'm starting over, and I'm not focusing on what I love. I want to do what I love. I love health, wellness, fitness, cooking. That's what I want to do. Something that I love. This is the problem. A lot of people are doing what they're good at, not what they're passionate at. I'm good at cleaning. I've been cleaning my entire life. I was a housekeeping. I was cleaning in Airbnb businesses. My family in Puerto Rico manages Airbnb business. I'm good. What is the second thing I'm good at? Cleaning. But because I'm good at cleaning, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life cleaning. No, I want to do something that I am passionate about. I want to do something that drives me, that builds that it builds that career like a chef. Like I'm seeing all these chefs that are so successful in their lives. And they have their own restaurants and everything. It's on their passion. Like it's building their life. Their life, it's their job, their career because they love it. Yeah, I need to. That's a skill. That's that's the thing. You might not be good at something, but you can always develop the skills for something. Um, but do I want to waste my time on developing skills on something I'm not good at, but I'm not passionate about, or should I just eventually? I mean, I know I have to do that by myself now, but eventually, what I could also do is hire somebody that is good at sales and enjoy doing sales and make that person by commission, because right now I cannot afford paying somebody a salary. But maybe what I can do is say, hey, you're gonna earn by commission. So that way the person, is gonna pay himself basically. Um, because she knows she earns from commission, she's gonna be making those sales. And that way I will be able to afford the person, because I'm not gonna make a promise I cannot afford. Like, if I'm straightforward, it's a commission based job. They know that if they don't make sales, they're not gonna make a certain amount of money. But if I hire somebody by salary, I have to pay a certain amount of money, even if I didn't make any sales. So I've been thinking if it will be a right move to get somebody in sales, and instead of paying by hour, paying by commission. That's the thing. I've been doing that for all my life. I've been working with what was more practical, what was working in that time. The problem is you get comfortable. And when you get comfortable, you're not going to push yourself to do anything else. And here I am at almost 40 years old with nothing, because at that moment, the most practical thing was do cleaning. That was the job that, I could do at the time. That was what's available for me. Um, Next thing I know, I've been cleaning since I'm 15 until 2 years ago, 37 years old. I spent my entire life cleaning. And if I establish myself, I'm going to establish myself in what? In cleaning? Because if I have a full time job cleaning, plus three kids to take care of, a home to take care of, I'm not going to have the time or energy to do what I want. And I'm 40 already. Like, I don't want to keep just doing what's best. I want to do what's the best for me. It is time. It is time, you guys. I'm single. Good for you, sweetie. Good for you. I'm not passionate about none of that. Again, I love health, wellness, fitness, cooking. That's where I want to be. But in the fitness industry, I'm gonna have to. If I want to work in a gym, I'm gonna have to be a personal trainer, a certified. I'm not certified. What job can I get? Unless I work at least on the front desk. If I work in the front desk, it's not gonna be training, but at least it's gonna be a job in a place that I enjoy. I love going to the gym. Hmm. Hmm. And it's something I'm already in. I create content about it, and it could help me to learn. That's one thing. If you are passionate about one thing, get a job in that area. Like, if you're into sales, get a job in a place that it's sales, even if it's just cleaning, because you're going to learn from the people you see around. So that's a good idea. Like, get a job or in places like that. Restaurants, I don't want to do restaurants. Health. What job that involves health and nutrition would I go to? Content creation. It's not easy to handle things to make them very. Every job has their cons. If I'm gonna be focusing on all the bad things about all the jobs, then I will not get a job. If I get into jewelry, the jewelry is gonna be broken. It's not real. It's not what I thought. I'm disappointed. Give me my money back. My package never arrived. There is always gonna be something. When I was working in the clean in Airbnb industry, people will walk into an apartment with their fingers like this. As soon as they walk in, they open the door and they're already. This is dirty. I want a discount. Oh, there's a fly. I'll give you a 1 star. Oh, there was this customer that gave the apartment 1 star because there were waves in the beach. What the fuck does the beach, the nature has to do with the Airbnb? You know what I mean? Um, there was a dead roach in an apartment. You are renting an Airbnb on an island, and there was a dead roach. The lady went insane with the dead roach. She put a plate over it and a gajillion tops on top of the plate. She thought that the dead roach was gonna, lift the plate, the ceramic plate. People are so stupid. Um, and she wanted us to clean the entire apartment. She wanted me to go and clean the entire apartment. My sister, the roach was in the bathroom. My sister, which is the manager, say, if you want me to clean the whole apartment, you have to pay for the cleaning. Otherwise, I will have somebody to go clean the bathroom and get that roach out, and that will be it. In restaurants, you have to deal with people with allergies. You have to be so careful for people's life. I remember I used to work in Golden Corral, and apparently I touched the trash can that was right next to us. And then I touched a strawberry and she complained to the manager. So obviously the manager went and he was like, you have to be more careful. People are watching you. Apparently you touched the trash can and then you went touched the food. Because we have the ice it's an open kitchen. You have the Iceland and the trash can was right there. So apparently at some point I grabbed it and moved it and I touched the strawberries. Whatever. The manager went to the strawberries are in the bag. So he went, he threw the strawberries, he put new ones. Then she was saying that we pretended that we throw the strawberries and we did it. Okay. People are always fighting and complaining about everything. People don't want to pay. People are always going to look for excuses for getting their money back. If I'm a health and wellness coach, yes, there's going to be a lot of complaints about stupid ass shit, but that's every fucking job. Every fucking job that you are dealing with human beings, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Does your presence it's not your presence, it's the either the demands you make or the comments that doesn't make sense. Where is the love for doing something in your life that you are passionate about? Oh, this is easy. Oh, this is what I can do. Oh, this is lower risk. Where is the passion for doing something that brings you life? If you are doing something that you love, you're in an area that it's everything of what you love. Why not? Assistant to your insurance. That's a good idea. Like I might not have a certification, but if I am in the environment, that would be amazing. I wonder like I remember then like 12 years ago when I was living in Virginia, there used to be Craigslist for getting jobs. My question is what is the page now to get jobs? Because I try like pages like Indeed or something like that, and it's just pure freaking spam. Like, where can I truly get a job? We're talking about career path, getting a job, but not just getting a job for the sake of getting a job that it's what you love, what you're passionate about, what brings you life. I'm obsessed with health, wellness, and cooking, and I'm thinking like, what job can I get? Even like, okay, I love fitness. I'm not a fitness coach, a certified fitness coach. So I could work in an environment where I don't need to be the certified coach, but I can still be in that environment. Like, so, and a good example was be an assistant for a yoga instructor. I'm in that area of of wellness and health. But my question now is like, how do I get a job? Where do I go to find a job?
Hi.
Huh?
Hi.
Hi, my child.
Hannah. And right now,
I've been thinking a lot about that, but I'm not gonna lie, it worries me because we are talking about somebody's. I'm a baker, and I used to do little stuff at home. When I was married, I used to every day bake little goods because people were tired of the same shit in the cafeteria. And I will bake these little treats and I will sell them. By that time, I could sell them for like $1 or a max of two, depending on what fresh bake I will make. And he will take them to his work and he will sell it. Like it came to the point where people were not even asked what he got. They would just throw the money, save me one, save me one, save me one. And then I will make like to order like a U-log, like it's a pound sponge cake roll in a filling, and that was made to order. And it came to a point where I say the most I can make is like 8 a day, so it's just the first eight that came to you. And I have thoughts of doing that here, and I can live stream. That will help me, I think, like me live streaming everything I'm baking, and every day announce it. But like, how can I do that in a way I don't get like in trouble legally? Because again, it's food. Um, and how I can make it in a safe way. Obviously, I'm not gonna have people coming to my home because safety. I have kids, but I don't feel safe going to people's houses either. So it would be ideal to maybe have a spot like this is the pickup spot. At this hour, this place at this hour, I can have like three different places to make it easier for people also, so they don't, you know, and maybe go to announce it on Facebook groups or something like that. Hello, Rosie. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not certified fitness coach. I'm just a passionate. That's so cool. All right, bye. Have a good day. That's what I'm saying because I'm not certified fitness coach. I cannot be a fitness instructor or anything like that. The only thing I'm certified is as a pastry chef. Fitness is just a passion. It's something that I love and it became part of my life because I lost almost 50 pounds. Like, And the people that saw the journey was always asking me, "How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you eat? How do you stay consistent? How do?" And that's when it hit me. You know what? I can do this. I can be a health and fitness coach, and I can do it online. Um, but the problem with working online is that I'm not having physical interaction with people, and I am craving having a physical job for the sake of getting out of the house and having interaction with human beings.
No.
Anyways, I have not eat and I've been talking for 2 hours and I'm literally tired and dizzy. So I think I'm gonna leave the live stream in here for now. And I'm gonna go eat something. We work at, that's what I was thinking. Getting a job in a gym, even if it's like cleaning or front desk. I guess there's a job that I could get at the gym that does not require me, to be a coach, but at least I'm in an environment that I love, at least I'm in an environment of like um I'm in a gym. I love going to the gym. So I'm in a place that I love. I'm in a place that I enjoy and I'm surrounded by people that are in the same interest. Like I'm not gonna be a trainer, but I'm gonna be surrounded by trainers and I can learn from them. So that way I can use all of that knowledge into my online health and wellness coaching. And we're gonna have topics of fitness, which we love. Like, you know, rain check on this conversation. Yes. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit like, oh, no, talking takes a lot of energy. It's 2 o'clock almost, and I have not ate yet. I only have a decaf coffee, so I have no ounce of caffeine or anything in my body. That's how I started at workout at 18. At least you got to start early. This is the most frustrating part. I'm almost 40 and I am not doing something. I'm not in the place where I'm passionate about. Oh, just get something so you can survive. And I'm like, I've been doing that my entire life. I'm at that point where I want something that drives me. I want to make money. I need a job where I make money, but I want to be fulfilled for what I do. Feel like I'm doing something. Anyways, thank you everybody for being here, you guys. Today was very good chat. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, I will see you later. We've been live streaming every single day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna live stream later again. Because your girl is hungry. Have a good day, and I will see you guys.